Hello, and welcome to another video, where today we are going to discuss a rather disturbing topic, Geometry Dash spin-offs. Now there are currently 3 of these spin-offs, Geometry Dash Sub-Zero, Geometry Dash Meltdown, and Geometry Dash World. Oh, by the way, if you notice my voice is off, sorry, I'm sick. Okay, let's start with the obvious. I am so sorry for that crappy screen recorder watermark. It's the best I could find. I was on my phone. Ugh. I wish Sub-Zero was available to computers, honestly. So, yeah. Also, if you're wondering why I'm dressed like Mario, well, don't judge. Alright, jokes aside, let's point out the most second obvious thing. These butt-ugly weird pulses on the ground, seems pretty tedious to me. I mean, if you're gonna put a pulse and not even make it sync with the music, for real, I mean, take a listen. For real, I mean, do you see what I mean? Call me picky, but that music, whatever. Alright, next. So the game starts off with a 1-block jump, then escalates to a 2-spike jump, and then a 3-spike jump, and then the music just starts getting really intense, and then there's this weird part, and then all of a sudden we have this. And if you didn't know how fast you can go in this level, then by golly you should learn, because you're in trouble. After the beat drop, the game features some cube gameplay, which I actually pretty like. Also, can we just take a minute to appreciate this cube part right here? I love how the orbs, like the big line lightsaber thing or whatever they're called, I just love how that happens. RobTop, your design is awesome. The gameplay then goes into this ball part, which is actually pretty cool. I especially love this ball part where the lights actually light up every time the ball touches a surface. I think that adds for a really neat effect. Okay, let's play a game. Can you spot anything wrong with this next part? Did you get it? Could it maybe be the use of that yellow orb right there? Or maybe it's the complete garbage lighting. Or maybe it's whatever this crap bit is. I'll give you a hint. It's none of the above. You see, it's a good part and all, with a lot of potential, but it's just not, for an easy level, it's just really not the easiest for a beginner. I mean, just imagine. First you're just making a couple jumps through the level, and then you're doing upside down drop downs and you're faced with whatever this is. Also, this part is just stupid. However, that is just my opinion, but we can still agree that it's stupid. Soon after, we are faced with this nice little ship part. It has everything that a ship part needs for an easy level. For an easy level. To give you a general idea of what I'm talking about, here's a clip from the ship part of Stereo Madness, and here is a clip of the ship part of Press Start. You must see what I'm talking about, though. I'm not saying that the part's hard or anything, but I am saying that for someone who just is a start on Geometry Dash, and they download one of the spin-offs to kind of get them started, because they're poor and they can't afford the full one. No offense. It's just a little strange that you would get this as the ship part. Okay, these past few parts have been a lot to take in. Hopefully this next part is a little more calm. We're flushed back into Cube Point gameplay, where we are proceed to do a series of jumps. And we also have a height build-up. It's gonna take my last brain cell to comprehend what happens next. Remember this. I tried to ignore it, but Rob Top obviously has a sense of humor because, well, how do I put this? This part really utterly sucks. I mean, it's just a waste of parts, it's a waste of my time, it's a waste of music, it's a waste of life. I mean, why even make a game when it has this stupid part? I'm sorry. But honestly, this part is just stupid. I don't know how else to put it. I'll save us the time and just stop talking about it, but oh man, Rob Top, please fix this. Okay, so after the build-up, we get flushed into this little mini-boss part, and I actually like that a lot. Unfortunately, a very wise man once said, where there's a geometry dash level, there's a problem. And that problem, well, I'll let you take a listen. Oh, damn! Yup, you heard that right. He said a swear word. Now, call me cringe, call me wimp, I really don't care. But the reason I'm bringing this up is not because I'm affected by it, or really anyone else, most likely, but it's the fact that the majority of people who will play this game is an age range of 5 to 10, and it's just not okay to, in my opinion, is that it shouldn't be okay to expose kids to language like that early on. Call me overprotective or whatever. I really don't care. This is an opinion. Other opinions can vary, but I at least think it should say something on the Apple Store so parents can actually read that on the review before they buy the game for their begging kids who are begging them to type in the iPad password. Okay, no. Does this not kill anyone else? Okay, fine. I'll point it out for you. Throughout the robot part, there are these little signals that tell you where to jump. This one has one, this one has one, that one has one, that one has one. This one does not have one! This just hurts my mind and soul every time I play this level. Like, someone, please point this out and fix it. Oh my goodness. I scoured the internet in hopes that just one person would have the same problem with this as I did. And you know what I found? Nothing. Zero. Zip. Nada. That's it. I mean, come on, people. Okay, fine. Let's move on. Did you miss it? Don't worry. I did too at first. You see, if you go really slowly, and you might notice it, the little sparkle and the glow. If you go into this wall, there's just a little coin hiding behind there. Seen this trick so many times. So, let's talk about why this is not a good coin. Number one, ramming into a wall provides absolutely no challenge. Like, maybe if you made the wall a little smaller, that'd be cool, but that coin is just not a good coin. Yeah, I can't even fathom how many times this has happened. Well, is what it is. After that, we go into this little Mario-style tunnel, which actually leads into this really cute little arcade gameplay thing. And honestly, I have no qualms about this. It's a great bit. And if you're smart enough, you may even be able to skip a yellow orb to get a coin. Yeah, it's a great part. And at the end, there's even a little cutscene. And then you're back on track. So yeah, great bit. After that, we have this little mini boss or whatever part thing, and I think it's actually pretty cool. It's a great concept idea. I love it. But can we please talk about this coin? It's a great coin, but for an easy level, it's just really not the best. I mean, it's pretty hard to get for, like, a beginner. Also, what are the hitboxes here? I mean, just look at this. And that's it. Overall, Press Start is a great level with a ton of room for improvement, but a lot of potential. So I'd rate it 5 out of 10. Okay, starting off strong with a nice powerful intro. Alright, what's next? No, 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 no! This is one of the worst coins in Geometry Dash history. It provides no challenge whatsoever. You just ram into this random wall and you get a reward for it. There's no visual indication except this like little red dot on the side of it, but that is not enough. People do you not know how to make good coins these days. Whatever, let's just move on. We're immediately put upside down and thrown a few trick shots, which is pretty normal for a hard level and like press start. And then here comes the cool part. We're thrust into a deep chasm of blackness. Does this make sense? No. But is it fun? Yes, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. This part is actually pretty fun, and I really love the general concept of having little mini spaces in between the levels. I also love the use of the effects in this. I just think that's a really neat way to display the abilities of Sub-Zero. I especially love the use of the fake orb to trick you out and lose attention from the actual gameplay. So congratulations, RobTop. You've earned a gold star. Alright, let's just take a moment to appreciate the full value and the awesomeness of the beat drop ahead. We're then brought to this wave part, which is actually pretty fun, and then transforms to a ship part, which then transforms to a wave part. You could probably guess what's next. If your answer was a ship part, you are incorrect. It's actually a ball part through which a coin is obtainable through a key which you found earlier in the ship part. Oh, and can we just take a moment to recognize the amazing soundtrack for the ball part? This next part is pretty cool. It's a concept that I really like, and I feel like that the main game would totally benefit from if this was in custom levels. We then go back to normal cube gameplay where we get our second beat drop. I don't actually have anything negative to say about the past few parts. I just wanted to point that out, that I actually think they were pretty good. We are transitioned into the spider part with some great back effects, and then we enter the wave again. Ah yes, the spider part. If I had a favorite part in Knock 'em, it would probably be the spider part, because I think that's what the spider's most famous for, as this is kind of its iconic setting. I mean, I could just go on and on about what makes this part such a good part of Geometry Dash. But for the sake of time, I think I'll focus on one. Before I do that though, I would like to point out that the yellow orb is not the best orb to use for an inversion, because that's not how we're used to it in normal Geometry Dash, so it's just a little odd to see that. But once you get used to it, it's pretty much just kind of in there by soul for that level, but just like to point that out. Okay, the second coin. Man, is there anything that someone doesn't like about this one? I mean, can we just like take a moment to appreciate this? I mean, I love the detail on the wall. Like there's no way you would just see that and just pass that up. So that's perfect detailing right there. And the way you go into it and you have to do that quick react up and down, it's just perfect framing. Like we're talking frame perfect. Man, this has got to be one of the most legendary coins in just all of Geometry Dash, for more reasons that I will probably make a separate video about for some really good coins in Geometry Dash. But man, that's a hard one to top. Okay, so now we're back at the cube gameplay. The game features a little bit of this, and some orb jumps and some one cube jumps. And then finally we have our signature Knock 'em ending. So is Knock 'em a good level? Yes, absolutely. Knock'em is an amazing level that features a ton of different game modes along with a ton of gameplay. So saying this, I'd rate Knock'em 7 out of 10. Ah yes, Power Trip. The good old days. The level is actually pretty good. Up until the first green orb. I'll show you why. Did you see it? No? Well, maybe I should slow it down. Or speed it up, because that's exactly the problem we're looking at. You see, if you watch the clip, it actually gets slower as the block touches the upper platform, and it does not keep the speed for whatever reason. It's like 1 frame slower than the other one. So, for whatever reason this happens, that's just bad level design. And honestly, it's something that should be fixed because I don't think that's intentional, and it's honestly just not an enjoyment playing knowing that. Let's see what the rest of the level looks like, shall we? No! No! How many times do I have to tell you? This part is stupid, it sucks, and it does not belong in Geometry Dash! What's next? Not long after that crap bit, we're faced with the first coin, which is actually pretty good. The coin actually relies on some pretty good reflexes and some basic memorization, if you've done it before. You have to jump, and then after you hit this one orb, instead of jumping, you immediately slide in, skipping the spike that actually looks dangerous, and then you fly up onto a platform, which you then proceed to jump to collect the coin. Then you grab the coin and you hop on the green orb, and then you land on these spikes. I especially love the spike part because the spikes are normally meant to kill you, but they're actually repurposed in a different way to assist you in getting the coin. In my opinion, that's a good coin. We're then brought to this Knock'em style part, which I actually like a lot. But unfortunately, everything has to be ruined. Let me ask you a question. How do you get that coin right there? Did you find it? For those who didn't, you have to tap on this random sparkle that happens almost 5 seconds earlier. It's like the most random thing. I will never understand it. And it's an absolutely terrible coin. Besides, after that, once you go to the next portal, then you have to tap on another random sparkle. And this is just not a good coin. And there's nothing that can really be done to fix this one. Okay. Whew, this next part. Wow, I think this is where Power Trip gets its name, because you are in for one hell of a ride. Yeah, so we're immediately have this very, very intense wave part, and I actually think it's pretty good for a hard level. No, I'm just joking. But, the only qualms I have is the part where it actually, reverses itself. I just think that's a little weird. I don't really know how else to put it. The smiley face is a nice effect, though. One other thing that's just very, very interesting to me is the part where when you transform back into the cube, you're actually just teleported, but there's no teleportation portal whatsoever, so there's no indication, and you're just kind of it's like you're brought to a whole new game. That's honestly just a little weird. Oh my goodness, this level is absolutely notorious for bad coin placement. So let's go over this next one. So what you do to get the third coin is in this little cutscene, you have to jump like 3 times. I'm not sure the exact amount, but you have to jump a bunch of times in the cutscene and you get the coin. That's just not a challenge, and it's just not a good coin. And if you were just some random player who had no idea how to get it, like, how do you discover that? Secret coins are meant to provide an extra challenge, and there's supposed to be like an obvious way to get it, but a hard way to get it. It shouldn't just be, I know like they're literally secret, but secret coins should not actually be secret, if that makes sense. Okay, so after that we're brought to this little spider part, and there's like a billion ways you can glitch out of the map and skip this part, but I won't go over them for the sake of time. But it's actually a pretty good part besides that. We finally end the level, and well, it's pretty interesting. Power Trip, I should probably make you aware, I do not like it. I think it is an absolutely horrendous level. No one should ever play it. It's absolutely garbage. But, the coins are very, very questionable. There's some other moments that are frowned upon. And overall, I think the entire level just needs a revamp to make it a better level in general. But who knows? Judging on what I saw, there's probably nothing that can fix that. So, given all this, I will be rating Sub-Zero. I'll be rating it 3 out of 10. Okay, so we just rated Sub-Zero, but now it's time to move on to Geometry Dash Meltdown. Why is there a key here? Like, just why? What is the point of it? It just seems utterly useless. I really just don't get it. Maybe it syncs with the music or something. It's just... Next. Throughout this part, there are a bunch of arrows, and I cannot even tell you how much this infuriates me. Like, the arrows are just pointing to this... Oh my gosh. Next. Ooh, yay, we got what appears to be actually a pretty good coin. It provides an additional challenge with a jump that you may or may not make, depending on how you think about it, and it's not a blind jump. That's a good coin. Soon after, we're met with a pretty good ship part. I especially love the use of using a fake out wall for a special coin. It really reminds me of the Back on Track days. Afterwards, we're met with a pretty good cube part. I especially love the use of the fake out jumps. After the second ship part, we end up having a third coin that is actually pretty good. The coin is clearly visible and makes you wonder how to get down there to get it. The rest of the level is pretty straightforward and gives us a great experience. So the 7 Seas, is it a good level? Yes, I do think it is. While there are some minor flaws, I think it actually is a great level. So, I'd rate it a solid 6 out of 10. Alright, next level. One of these again. So yet another example of how the coin is basically just given to you. Well, kind of. You see, to actually get the coin, you have to jump up and get a key which unlocks the coin later in the level. But still, this is a terrible game design. It's kind of hard to relate the two if you don't know what you're looking for. And overall, I believe that a coin should never have two parts to it. It should be one part and it should actually be hard to get to. But unfortunately, there's no actual challenge in this coin. So it is here, right before the hype build-up, that we get our second coin. Now, I actually really like this one, and I have very few complaints about it, but I will say something that is a little troubling. For a new player, it might be a little hard to see the hidden wall behind there, but for an advanced player, if you see that, you'll definitely know what it means. But overall, it's actually a great coin. It still doesn't have much challenge, but it's well hidden, and I like that about it. Now that, people, is the definition of a good coin. For real. It could not be more perfect to match the actual ship moment right there. And honestly, that may be one of the best coins in Geometry Dash Meltdown. Soon after, we're thrown into this sorta mini-boss part of gameplay, and then we win the game. So Viking Arena, is it a good level? It's actually a great level. I can see that it was well planned and thought out, and I actually really like that about it. It doesn't feel like it was rushed. It felt like it actually had a good amount of time and a lot of effort was put into it. The coin placement was actually really good too for this level, except for that first one. That first one was absolute crap. But the rest of the level was amazing, which is why I will give Viking Arena a 7 out of 10. On to the next level! We embark on this joyful journey blindly, not knowing the path that lies ahead. Unless, of course, you're me, who's currently editing this video. Alright, let's move on. Soon after, we're faced with the first key. Bringing back memories of Power Trip, I guess. You tap this random sparkle to jump on and move down this platform. So, how does it make sense? You ram your head into a wall and just get a free key with an extra jump. This is just not a good two-part coin. Soon after, we used the key that we got earlier to collect the first coin. So, I heard that RobTop redid the Sub-Zero coins and he made them better. But can we please get a remake on the Meltdown coins? I mean, for real here. Well, you'll see. We're then brought to this ball part, which has a great visual graphics and a great soundtrack to go along with it. We're soon brought to the second coin, which is actually pretty good. In fact, my only complaint is that it's too easy. For a hard level and the hardest level in Meltdown, I think it should be much, much harder. It's a two wide fly is actually about the same distance as that second coin on Back on Track. I just wanted to point out, I actually really like the skull face in this part. It adds for a really nice touch. We're then faced with this very, very intense ball part, which I personally really like. I especially love how it matches the intensity of the moment, and I think it's perfect for a hard level. For a hard level? No, I'm just joking with you. So here's that part about the coin that I hate. This third coin, you just hop up on this random orb that appears to be invisible, hidden inside this skull. It makes no sense, provides no challenge, and overall is a terrible coin. It's basically just handing it for you for free. And if you don't know, I mean, what if you were just a new player? What if you didn't have Google? What if you just randomly figured that out? I'll bet that's how that coin got discovered. Someone just randomly tapped, and they discovered that. It's not a good coin. Okay, so Airborne Robots. Is it a good level? I mean, gameplay-wise, yes. The coins are really the only thing that I would say brings it down a lot. The visuals are great, the playing is great, the intensity and the difficulty of it is amazing, but the coins, I have so many problems, except for that second one. But like I said, that one could be harder. But, so, with this knowledge, I think I would rate Airborne Robots 6 out of 10. Also, can I be the first to point out that through the entire level we never see a single robot? Okay, on to Geometry Dash World. So, because we just passed the 30-minute mark, I'm going to keep things short, and I'm not actually going to go into detail about every level. I'm going to point out a few, what I like and dislike about it. So, without further ado, let's go! We start off with Payload, obviously. It's a great way to introduce Geometry Dash to new players. It's pretty easy. Music's garbage, though. The ads are really annoying. Years is a good level. It features ship gameplay and is honestly just really fun to play over and over again. Ah yes, who could forget about good old Frontlines? My only problem with this is it has these weird red pulses that happen with the music. I guess that's not really a big problem, but it just sounds and looks really weird visually. Oh, good old Space Pirates, yes. This has got to be my personal favorite level. It's just, the UFO game mode is so cool, it's got to be my favorite. Yeah, so it just kind of throws you the UFO game mode, throws multiple obstacles at you. I love this level, and there's nothing wrong with it, to me. I especially love this recreation from the scene of Deadlock, kind of. I just think that's a really neat aspect. I did not want to include Striker, but I'm gonna anyways, because it's actually a cool level and is pretty revolutionary. It features the turnaround portal. I really don't know what it's called, but I just think that's a cool, neat part of it. And I also love how it will change, but I really don't like the cloud part. I think it's a little strange, but opinions can differ. Embers has got to be my second favorite one of Geometry Dash World. I just absolutely love that Airborne Robots vibe, because this looks identical to that part from Airborne Robots. Last but not least, we have Monster Dance Off. I didn't want to include this one either because it's actually a terrible level, but I just had to because it is the last one. It is definitely hard. Like, it is pretty difficult. I really don't like it because I kept dying on it. So, given all the information that I've gathered from all of the Geometry Dash spin-off levels, Geometry Dash spin-offs are pretty good for people who are starting out, but for advanced players, it's really not the best. Geometry Dash spin-offs is nothing like the real game, though. They're trying to be like the real game, but they're really just not. I feel like that's something that I should probably point out. Besides that, the spin-offs are actually pretty good, except for a few parts of them. They are pretty bad. Like Power Trip. Oh, I hated that level. But yeah. So, all things considered, here are the ratings for all of the spin-off games, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. If you would like to support me, please click subscribe, but I really don't. I'm not asking you to. Have a great day and maybe recommend this video to a friend. Thank you and bye.